Vassily Ivanchuk joins us in our studio to take us through his game. Sit back and enjoy. You don't want to miss this one. Vasily, first, a nice win. We will get to chess, but first tell us about the impressions about playing in Gibraltar.
Okay, excellent impression, very nice play. I want to thank very much for all of organizers of this excellent, really excellent competition. It's probably the best open tournament in the world at the moment. So I like to be here, I like atmosphere, I like organization, so everything here in highest level, I can admit it.
We love having you here, and that's a very nice hat you're wearing.
Okay, I bought in the city, yes.
Expressing how much you enjoy playing here.
Yes, okay, so I didn't play very well, but I remember that Victor Korchnoi suggested me, okay, if something wrong with result, please go to the city, to visit some shops, you can buy something pleasant for yourself, and your mood will be improved very soon. So I followed
Korchnoi's advice.
Yes, such advice. When I lost game in totally winning position in 3 rounds before the end, and okay, very soon my mood was in norm, so I'm happy again. And now it's just a pity for me that the tournament is finished. So I won 2 games in a row, and I want to continue, but unfortunately, it's last round.
Right, well, it's finished, but you finished it in style. Today's game was quite nice. Can you show us some critical moments?
Okay, so she played. Okay, usually black plays such ideas with knight on f3, for example, in this position, knight f3. For example, knight bd7, bishop g5.
Yeah. Here.
For me, difficult.
Vasily, we'll have to just move a little bit so the camera can get the board. Okay. Yeah, just right here. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, okay. I can. Yeah.
E3. Without mouse, it's difficult. So something like this, it's more or less typical for modern chess. But if compare, okay, now white has pawn on f2, so not block it with the knight. So it's logical to consider to play f4 in some moment, but the problem is that, for example, if I play f4, g4 is possible. Of course, if allow knight f3, it will be excellent for white, and of course, black cannot attack this pawn because I am just ignoring such a threat, and after taking b1 and then
rook e1 is coming.
Yes, yes. Nice. So this is, of course, but this is.
But you didn't like f4 because of.
Yes, but because g4, so I will need to develop my knight on e2, and e3 is a little bit weak, so I will need to push e4 in some moment, okay, but with bishop pair advantage, black will have some contraplay, surely. So I decide, okay, I will just play some moves. And
wait for the right time for f4.
Yes, so bishop e6, okay, same, f4, g4, f5, it's possible, but not so convincing, because somewhere queen g5 is possible. So okay, I'm just playing some moves. So without
logical move.
Okay, queen f6. Okay, I'm not sure is it necessary to hurry with knight e5. Quite reasonable plan to play. If black more or less obvious will castle in long side, so more or less very logical to play king b1 and then rook c1, or even king a1, rook b1, b4. So king b1 anyway was logical move, but okay, I started with knight e5. I was in aggressive mood, so f4.
Because you took Korchnoi's advice and went out.
Okay, maybe somewhere f5, bishop d7, f4, e4. So I will create some threats, yes, but okay. She played king b8, it's incorrect move, and now f5, she has already bishop c8, so positionally f5, it's very risky for me. Okay, so I am just waiting. So king b1. Okay, I expect that she will play maybe. Okay, I don't know what. Maybe bishop c8 even, but I didn't expect she will take pawn. I don't know why. Many moves, okay, but it's not so stupid. Because takes with e pawn, rook g8, a little bit also possible, although e takes f4 and queen f2, but okay, queen g7, somewhere need to consider. Okay, I decide to play normally, which it seems me normally, okay, but she played rook g8, okay, this is more or less I expected, and okay, I decide that. What is this? Rook h5 is maybe interesting move.
Instead of rook h2 here.
Yes, with idea bishop f5 somewhere. But I wasn't completely sure about bishop g4, knight takes g4, rook takes g4. So is it good for me? So this is, I wasn't sure that I have advantage in this position. So because of this, I put my rook in
h2? Yeah.
Yes, in a more passive position, but a useful position because now my pawn g2 is protected, rook g3 gives nothing because queen f2, and so I was quite optimistic about my chances now. Because if she moves bishop, I can attack, so not so easy to play. But she finds c5, okay. And suddenly, it's possible to understand. If center will be open, and this rook will be a little bit out of play. So, okay.
You played rook f1 here?
Yes, but this is already interesting moment. So if before, okay, I could play more or less by intuition, so my moves not required any deep calculation, so more or less standard, okay, knight e5, f4, king b1, okay, rook h2, prophylactic move. Okay, after c5, or situation changed, okay, so surely I need to calculate something because black has some threats. Takes on f4, somewhere c4 is possible, and if bishop go here, bishop f5, bishop h7, okay, maybe dangers for white, maybe not, okay, so I have work. Okay, takes doesn't look so good because she takes, and now pawn is handing, and if I try, if push queen, bishop f5, it's like option at least, maybe not the best option, but at least I need to consider this. If rook e1, I need even consider such a tactic. Yes, I don't know, maybe even it works.
Do you have, yeah.
Yes, it looks like it works.
Like it works, yeah.
Yes, so, okay, so such a tactic I have seen, it wasn't fortunately so difficult for me. So
c5 was a nice move, creating something.
Yes, and yes, and was possible, of course, queen f2, if bishop f5 takes and queen c2 back was possible, but I didn't want to allow bishop f5, so I started to calculate, so I decided to play rook f1. Of course, looks risky because after c4, okay, bishop e2, bishop f5, e4, d takes e4 looks like good for black, so
this position is better for black, yeah, because
yes, looks okay. Okay, it's not final. It's g4. It's still play. Okay, maybe even more precise take with bishop immediately instead. After e4 takes with bishop and then take. Pawn d4 hanging, okay, so...
Knight is coming to d5.
Yes, okay, white also has his trumps, queen takes f4 and bishop in so position is not so clear, maybe. But okay, my plan was bishop h7, okay.
Oh, wow.
Because bishop e2 is solid and normal. Bishop h7, some kind of craziness. So okay, bishop h7.
Yeah, like rook h2, rook f1, bishop h7.
Yes.
Very interesting
And,
piece positions.
Okay, so if rook g3, I can even play queen f2, and already my bishop can go back if I want.
I'm looking at that bishop. I'm scared that it's about to get trapped somewhere.
Yes, but fortunately, if rook h8, for example, okay, black has threat, but I have now this move. And bishop f5 is prepared, and everything is correct. And after rook g7, also I have rook h5.
Rook h5 is nice.
With some ideas. So, okay, I decide. Okay, it's a little bit tricky, but okay, at least I didn't see refutation, so I will try. Okay, so she took. Okay, I have no choice. Easy to play such moves. Okay, rook c8 was possible, logical, but she played knight c4, and I started to think. Okay, so first q. Okay, something hanging. I have f5. I have many moves, but not so easy. For example, what I calculated. First of all, of course, better to calculate some possibility of take. So knight takes d5, for example. If bishop takes d5, bishop takes c4, and looks like black has no sufficient compensation for the pawn. Yes, but not so clear.
Can we go knight a3 maybe in the middle?
Oh, knight h3, it's very strong move. I agree.
You made my day.
Yes, but
What is going on here?
Yes, and
let's
take
say
this
you
bishop,
take on-
and of course my king is terrible. So of course knight d5 is blunder, but okay, you see tactics much better than me. So during the game,
I will not be able to continue with this interview if you say that. You just
yes,
made
that's true. But
my trip.
But unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, during the game, I didn't see knight a3.
Okay.
Okay, I consider bishop d5, bishop c4 advantage, and started to calculate rook takes d5. And here I didn't find anything special, because if bishop c4, rook takes d4, if queen takes c4, many moves. If queen takes c4, rook takes e5 is possible, so...
And yes, just
yes,
simply.
so...
And a bishop c4, you just take on d4.
Yes. But okay, knight a3 is strongest, but it was too difficult for me in that moment, okay, so...
You're very kind. But knight d5, you decided to not go for knight d5.
Yes, okay, so more tempting was to play f5 immediately. It looks...
yeah, that's right.
It looks interesting, because knight e3, f takes e6, knight takes f1.
That is insane.
Yes,
we should have that on the board.
Yes, it's hardly good for black.
Yes.
E takes f7 is possible, or even simple rook h3. So, of course, this is much better for white. And knight takes e5 is impossible, because
You take on e6 first.
Yes,
And
yes,
you win
yes,
a piece.
but okay, so f5 has not only advantage, because now my knight is not protected, and here I didn't see something convincing for me. For example, knight takes d5 looks tempting. Again, knight h3, sorry. So I didn't see this idea at all. So thank you that you helped me to improve my tactical abilities. But during the game, I considered rook takes d5.
And now you take on c4 with the queen.
With queen, because bishop rook takes
yes.
d4. And I thought that, firstly, I considered something like queen d6, knight takes f7. Something like this.
The rook is hanging, and then you take here.
Yes, something like this. I started to consider it, okay, maybe this is nice for me, but I changed it back with my calculation. So, okay, if queen d6 or queen d7, I have knight takes f7. So I started to consider just primitive move. And I was not so sure that I'm better, because black wants bishop d6, all black pieces well coordinated, so...
You still have this d4
Yes,
weakness.
yes, bishop, yes. So a little bit strange rook. So okay, so I decide I don't need this. So I played rook f3. So idea is primitive
Stopping knight e3,
stop
simply.
knight e3, and okay, somewhere I could dream maybe rook will come to b3 and attack. Okay, this is in future. So, but the main reason was okay. I started rook f3. I stopped at threats. What black will play? I thought during the game, and it's so rook c8 is hardly possible because knight takes d5 and knight d7 motive. So rook c8 it's
Right.
not. So bishop b4 it seemed me natural, but after bishop b4 I planned okay. So I will play this and everything okay. Because queen b3 immediately I
Knight
cannot.
d2.
Now I'm more or less ready for queen b3 and black has those rook c8 not working. And, I was quite optimistic about my position, but position is very unclear. She took surprisingly for me, of course.
Yeah.
She took, okay, f takes e5, queen g5, excellent for black, it's surely, so d takes e5, so now, positionally I am excellent, but coordination of my pieces, looks like shame. Okay, now black has choice. Okay, queen g7 was possible, but she correctly played queen e7. So, okay, pawn is still hanging, but she wants to play rook c8, and she has some threat, so...
I have to ask you here, Vassily, you said positionally you were feeling you're much better here. Tell us why were you, what are your positional trumps and what did you feel you were better?
Okay, my pawns are much better then. So black has 3 isolated pawns.
Yes.
So if image I will transpose my knight to d4 and rook to c1, of course I will be much better. Some end games will, almost always will be
Winning for you almost.
Maybe not winning, but much better. But the problem that black has concrete threats. So rook c8 is coming, d4 is coming,
Yes.
and bishop d5. So position is open. My rook on h2 a little bit out of play. So okay, what to do? So I understand position. At least not so clear. And, okay, so what was my choice? Okay, I will play a3.
Yes.
So normal move. Okay, so bishop c3. Okay, I had feelings that best move here is bishop a5 and black should play this.
And rook c8 is coming and
yes.
keep the 2 bishops and this dark
Yes,
square
but
bishop.
okay, it was position not clear for me, so I planned to play something like
or
this.
knight b5 and then knight d4. You want to come to d4? Is that
Yes,
your idea?
but because knight b5, rook c8,
Check is coming.
Yes, check is coming. So I preferred. My plan was to play this, and after rook c8
Queen
to
a4.
play queen a4. Yes, and after bishop d2, queen d1. So I'm not losing immediately, at least. But okay, black.
And then you go knight d4 after that.
Okay, knight d4. Always I need consider some check, but so after.
Something like this. And
Okay, but
yeah.
it's a little bit stupid.
Yeah, to go there.
So maybe more logical to play bishop b6 and.
Bishop a5.
So,
Knight d2.
rook c8, queen a4, maybe better to play just bishop b6, a very complex position. And black has serious counterplay. Sometimes even f6 they can push because my position is shaky. But okay, she took on c3, okay, so at least more easy for me to play.
So you were happy to see this trade on the board?
Yes, so bishop c3, okay, maybe objectively black has some threats, but at least I have more or less program what I need to do. And also he played d4, okay, this is weakness. Okay, after now endgame it's not so clear because bishop d5 and if rook goes rook g3, but okay, queen d2. So not so easy to give. Okay, looks like my king in danger, but not so easy to mate me. Even if give black to play some moves like queen d7, queen d5. Okay, bishop b1. I am still alive. So and so
d4
this
pawn,
is
h6
hanging.
pawn.
This is hanging. So she must to demonstrate something. Okay, there are some idea with rook c8 and rook c3, but it works or not, it's big question. So, okay, but she played bishop g4. So, okay, bishop g4, I am happy. So my king now it's out of danger. So
yes.
now I more or less understood that okay, I'm not in danger anymore to lose this game. So, okay, maybe I have some advantage, maybe not enough for win, but okay, now...
Now you can start improving your rooks
Yes.
and your pieces.
So, my first idea was to play rook f2. Okay, rook g3, h5 also was idea to attack.
So rook g3?
Yes, it was like cafe-style attack. Bishop e4.
Cafe.
Yes.
Cafe style attack. That's
yes,
interesting.
but okay, after f6, rook b3, rook d7, okay, it looks like something wrong with my rook.
So cafe style means the kind of chess you play in a coffee house. Coffee house chess.
Coffee house. Oops, sorry.
Don't worry about it. Okay, but you decided
Bishop c8, bishop c6, rook c7. So
maybe if it was a blitz game, you could have.
okay, it depends
Yes.
against whom.
This is correct.
It's also important, and depends. Is it important game for me, or I am just playing for my pleasure? It's also important.
This game was for pleasure, for your enjoyment.
Oh, okay. Last round. So okay, I'm not pretending for prizes. Okay, so okay, rating. Is it so important for me? Okay. Okay, in this position, I have nice position. I have healthy pawns. Black has not. So I have good mood because yesterday I bought many nice things for myself. So
Was the cap one of them?
a cup I bought before, but some another thing. So I was. I need to understand. My first idea. Okay, so looks very logical to play rook f2, attacking pawn. If h5, rook h1, and rook e1. But okay. Of course, I want something, but sometimes I need to understand that my opponent also can want something. So I started to understand what she wants. So if bishop is here, okay, if she wants attack somehow, bishop must be in this diagonal. So if bishop is on g4, she wants to play h5, but okay, what after? Then I understood that if I play more or less primitively, h5, and now rook h1, okay, she will play f6. So, and after this chain will be changed, it's not so easy. For example, rook e1, she will take, rook takes e5, queen f6 somehow. Of course, I am better, but because this is blocked, but is it maximum what I can reach from this position? I didn't want to believe it, so I decided to play rook f1. Pawn is attacked. She played h5, and now rook e1. So
for f6, you want to go e6?
Yes, f6, e6. So
yes.
I just stop it.
This is nice. So you keep these center pawns.
Yes, and my next plan to activate rook. So black has weakness. I want to stabilize position. Okay, please show me what you want. Okay, she played rook c8. Okay, maybe not the best move, but I don't know what is the best way. Okay, maybe was reason to consider something like f6, if e6, f5, but it's extremely risky. Need calculation, because now, okay, I'm enjoying
You're really enjoying because you went rook h2, then you went
Yeah.
rook f1, rook f3,
Yes,
then
yes.
you're bringing them back.
Yes, but
Lots-
she took my knight. I was happy that she hasn't bishop pair
Anymore.
advantage anymore. So I'm enjoying. So rook h1. Okay, I'm just waiting if f6 e6. So okay, I want to push f5 somehow, but
I think, Vassily, this is a very instructive idea about playing, always meeting f6 with e6, no? Because
Yes,
this
yes.
is a big advantage for you.
if rook c5, queen b4, it will be questions for her. Okay, maybe rook c5 was the best choice for her, but she played queen c5. Okay, so
And now you went ahead.
yes,
you
now
changed.
it's correct
It's time.
moment.
Now
Yes,
it's time.
yes, because after rook g8, for example, I have queen f4. If king a8, rook c1 even possible. So it's
You're threatening e6 right
yes,
now.
yes,
Right.
a6 and f6 in some moment, or e6 and take. So
Very
it's
nice.
very pleasant
Yes.
position. So she played a6, and
You went queen f4?
yes, queen f4, king s7, more or less natural move. And in such position, very important, if you have time, just not play with your hands, but sinks. Okay, so for example, looks very natural. Rook f4, e4, attack pawn, and then rook e1. And there is illusion that, okay, excellent position, I am just enjoying. But it's not so easy, because if to play in such style, for example, if two natural moves and rook d5, very strong prophylactic. e6 doesn't work anymore because black has something like fortress, and okay, white has knight position, but
How to improve now,
yes,
no?
how to improve it? It's a big question. So I find the better way. So rook c1. That's important that queen d5, bishop e4 I have. It's pleasant for me. So queen b6. Of course, I could play some waiting move, even like g3. So excellent position. Maybe it was technical move for g3 for some bishop endgames to put fix the weakness.
On the light square as your
Yes,
bishop.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
very
So
nice
maybe
point.
yes, maybe g3 was more precise, but okay, I decide to. So what was my idea? That her bishop a little bit out of play. If I will change rooks, it will be more painful for her. But also I can even calculate some variation.
So you change all her good pieces
Yes,
and then
yes.
you keep this one on the
Yes,
board.
yes. So so what was important that queen b3 I expected she will play. So it looks natural move because she's attacking my bishop. Of course, now I see on position maybe even e6 is possible. This idea f takes e6, f6, queen takes d3, queen c5, king a8, f7, queen f5. So this doesn't work.
So queen c5, queen d4 doesn't work because of queen d1, bishop f5?
This was my main calculation. So queen c5 check. It's correct move. So queen b8 doesn't work because
Queen d6
yes,
you'll
queen
have.
d6. So this.
But let's show it to our audience. So king b8 is incorrect
Yes,
because
yes,
of
because
queen d6.
I'm
Yes.
simply taken, and after check
King a2,
this.
and you can't take on f5.
Yes, queen
Right.
d6.
So instead of king b8, you have to go king a8.
Yes, so, and this was critical moment. So I calculated, so e6 takes, so queen takes d4 doesn't work anymore.
Now queen d4
yes,
runs into,
yes,
and
yes.
you just get,
Now,
and there's no good check that we have. To,
yes,
right.
I need to
Right.
perpetual. But then, so firstly, it seems to me that black has contraplay, that I need to do something else. But then I realize, okay, she's playing without bishop, so I can play just bishop e4, and she has no real. If d3, okay, go. I am waiting.
I see what you did there.
Yes.
Right.
So, and black is totally whole.
So if you, yeah, bishop e, but can she still try to play something like this and give this pawn?
Okay, maybe just e6 and
Instead
f6.
of taking, yeah? Or maybe you can take and then come
Yes,
back and go
yes,
e6.
yes, but okay, maybe if your king on a8, so
Right.
maybe
It's
better.
better for you.
Maybe better just push my pawn, okay?
Yeah, because it's more difficult for
Yes,
her. Very nice.
she has no threats.
Very nice, Vassily.
But only.
D2? Are you...
Yes, if takes, maybe d2 is
But
possible.
then queen...
Queen d2, bishop c4, a double threat. So maybe
nice.
here f6 is correct instead.
Sorry.
Because now d4, d2 doesn't work, queen takes d2 and bishop b1. Okay, maybe this is still some chances.
Bishop c4 in the end? Is
Yes,
a move?
yes, bishop c4,
Bishop b1?
b1, e5 somehow, maybe. This is still some chances for black.
But we can get all of this after taking on a6 as well.
Yeah,
of course.
yes, yes. So, okay, very close to win, but
Yes.
this is queen b3 I expected.
She went queen a5.
She surprised me with queen a5, and firstly I started to consider it's queen f4, but then I realized that e6 is just winning, because after taking f6 and surprisingly she cannot stop my
Stop
pawn.
your pawn. This is
Yes.
really... This idea of giving this pawn and going
I'm
f6 and not
I
capturing,
am
very nice.
I am just pushing, so she played f6, no choice, and another quiet move. So I'm attacking pawn, check it nothing, so she played, okay, queen a4, also I can play queen e4, for example, but she played this, okay, now it's, game is over. Because
You're just pushing your pawn
yes,
and there's...
okay, if queen is7, I'm just taking, and
Yeah.
I'm doing everything what I want.
This is a beautiful game, but for me, Vassily, what was really nice was how you played against this g4 bishop throughout the game.
Yes, yes, I played, yes. Against
And just traded the rooks and then won
yes,
nicely.
the domination, it's...
Yes, and some nice rook maneuvers as well. So you're feeling good after this game?
Yes, yes. But anyway, I'm feeling very good because I'm in very nice place. I can speak with really nice people, so it's a lot of reason for happiness.
And will you be coming back next year?
Yes, surely, why not? I want to win next year.
Yes, of course.
I need to refresh my memory. I won Gibraltar many years ago, so
It's time to do it again, Vassily.
Yes.
Before you go, I want to ask you about how what is going on our top board here, because it was quite an interesting position that we had in David's game.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So 2 pawns up, black. Black has
Yes,
2
and
pawns.
I'm going to update our position because I think some moves have been played right now. In fact, we have an update that it's been finished and
Queen c1, maybe.
Queen c1 here. Let me pull up the game because Navarro actually won. Okay, we're going to get that game
Okay,
up
Queen
shortly,
c1,
but
he played?
Queen c1.
Looks tempting, this idea. Take.
Let's see if he got Queen c1. So it's here. That looks incredible. Let's get that game up. Yeah, there we have it. So we were around...
Queen c3 he played.
He played Queen c3. Yeah.
Ah, okay, this is a sharp position. Okay, Queen c3, why not Queen c1? Maybe, just a moment.
So Queen c1, you're threatening Bishop g7.
Maybe Knight h5 it works. Maybe, this idea, some check. So maybe Queen c3, idea if Knight h5, Rook takes h5, Bishop
nice,
c3,
yes.
Rook d5, so...
This is very nice. So if Knight h5, you take here, you can't take on h5 because of mate, and then you...
Yes,
win
but
the
okay, but sorry, Queen c3 position...
The threat is to take in g4, Rook g4.
If Knight e8, Rook
Rook
g4
g4.
also is not
But
take...
then...
Okay.
F6, yeah.
Okay, maybe it was the best choice, but
But after a move like knight e8, can we just go queen f6 here? Or you've got queen e6? You've got queen
yes,
e6.
queen
Yeah, this is-
e6, yes.
Right.
So rook g4, f6.
You have to
only
go
move.
f6, yeah?
Yes, it's only a move. And but okay, next black move, what will be? Rook f7. So, okay, but white has excellent attacking chances. For example, even this, rook f7 and maybe rook g3
Sorry. Yes.
somehow.
And then the bishop is coming to
Yeah.
h5. Well, not right now, but...
But maybe knight d6. Okay, so not so clear.
Not so clear. So knight e8 may be something...
Yes, knight
I
e8.
wonder if we have something stronger here.
I don't think so.
But now knight h5 is not a possibility, so we can probably come back. Like queen e3 maybe?
Queen e3, of course, you can do it.
And now I want to take on g7 and go...
Yes, but okay, if I just play... Okay, it's risky, of course, need some calculation, but my idea is that I have f7 square for my...
You're running away.
Okay, white has attacked, but
interesting,
it's still not clear for me, so...
Let's take a look at how
So
David
bishop
managed...
h6, okay, bishop h6 looks very ugly for me, so bishop h6 I don't like move. Okay, knight e8 looks like best choice for black, but bishop h6, okay, rook h7, knight h7 and a4.
I like this move because now the c4 pawn, so you have...
Yes, but he played rook d8. Okay, more natural was
Yeah,
c6.
I'm just wondering
yes.
why not c6?
Yes, so maybe it's still... but queen g3, queen g3, even queen
You have
g5
queen
is...
g5, right?
Yes, so maybe still playable position for black, surprisingly.
Yeah, it's because c6 looks like a very natural reaction here.
Yes, c6 very natural. Okay, but he played rook d8, allow...
Yeah. He played rook d8 and then we have rook...
Sorry, rook h4. Why not take immediately? Because queen d1 or what?
So you mean here?
Queen
And
d1?
queen d1 and...
No, okay, it's...
so we have queen g3.
Queen g3, king f8 maybe.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Yes.
And then we probably have to take here.
Take.
King h2.
King h2. Queen f6. And what is this?
What is this? Queen d6 is coming.
Yes, so it looks like something drawish
Yeah.
in first view at least.
Yeah. Yes.
Because
Let's take a look at how David managed to convert this. And after
So-
he went rook h4, queen f5. There.
queen, why queen f5? Just a moment. May I see this? So rook g4 and queen g7. He's red.
Yes.
But the most natural looks queen d4, queen g3 check.
Queen g7, rook g4, yeah. But can you go king h8 in that position?
Okay, king h8
Is not something you want to play, yeah.
So this is very smart move. I like this. And after f5, it's already he can take, but maybe f5 is possible.
f5 here.
After taking queen d1, is it so hopeless?
You mean this position, queen g3?
Queen g3 and queen g6 is coming. Yes. So rook h4 is very nice move, probably. Okay, but bishop h6, so...
Yeah, it's the kind of move which is very hard to risk. You don't know what to play against it.
Yes, but probably he missed rook h4 in his calculation. So queen f5 and smart move bishop e2. Okay.
Also the only move maybe easy to make.
Yes, knight f6, queen g3 check, and here
And
many
it's over,
threats.
yeah, because you have
yes.
c7
Oh,
coming.
So brilliant game. So okay, so I have advice for you.
For me?
No,
all our spectators.
not just for you, but for organizers of Gibraltar.
Yes.
As a beauty prize in this tournament, as I know not. So probably for next year.
No, we have best game prize, Vassily.
You have.
We have best game.
So
would you nominate this game?
So this game, I think, at least one of...
It's interesting you say that, Vassily, because David's yesterday's game was also just superb. So that has already gone into nomination for best game.
Yes, I think he totally deserved it.
All right, well, thank you so much, Vassily, and for your time. It's such a pleasure to have a chat with you.
Oh.
And we hope you enjoy your last day in Gibraltar.
Yes, I am very enjoyed, yes.
Thank you, Vassily.
Okay.